Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to come and spend some time with you. I didn't have to drive very far today to get here because I did start out the morning on our farm over. We have a 34-acre farm across from Urieville Lake, 4 miles outside of town here in Chestertown. And we've owned a home in this community for the last 7 years and have called it our second home for a very long time, and it's definitely where we're going to be retiring and spending the better part of our days. Thank you very much for the chance to be here today. And the league is so important. In these times of partisan warfare, it's really, really nice to have a nonpartisan organization that keeps it real, keeps it honest. You want to know what the pros and cons are of all the ballot issues. Here they are with no spin. Make your own decision. Here's the way it's done. And I was thinking about needing to keep politicians honest and keep the issues real. I was reminded of a story. I got my start in politics on Capitol Hill working for a couple of different members of Congress. And Joseph Kennedy II, Bobby Kennedy's oldest son, was a member of Congress from Boston for a number of years, and I ran his legislative shop. And he told me this story about John Siegenthaler, who was a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist for the Nashville, Tennessean newspaper, and he was really good friends with his father, Bobby Kennedy. But when John Siegenthaler got his start in politics, he was covering the re-election bid of a governor who had pretty much ignored a lot of the rural parts of the state during his first 4 years. And at the latter part of the campaign decided, well, I better get around and see everyone and make sure that I can shake some hands, kiss some babies before I ask them to vote for me again. And so he's riding along with the governor, and they go to this little town called Mountain View. And to get there, there were no paved roads. It was dirt roads and windy trails getting all the way to the top of this little town in the mountains. And he gets there and he's giving his speech, and it's not being very well received, until the governor decides at the end to wrap up with, and I will make you this promise, that the next time I return to Mountain View, there's going to be a 4-lane highway from Nashville to the very tippy top of Mountain View. And the crowd starts going wild. They're cheering his name, he's kissing the babies and shaking the hands on his way out. They jump in the car and take off, and John Siegenthaler is sitting there with his reporter notebook, and he said, Governor, off the record, I'm new at this business, but I need to ask you, can you really justify building a 4-lane highway from Nashville to Mountain View in your second term? It seems like a bald-faced political lie. And the governor stopped and he looked at him and he said, John, if you're going to be any good at this business, you've got to learn to cover what we politicians say. I said the next time I return to Mountain View, there's going to be a 4-lane highway, and I'm never going to that godforsaken place again. Now, we got to keep the politicians honest sometimes, don't we? And that's definitely what the League of Women Voters has been so known for your entire many years of existence. And